I don't have anything to give to you besides this knife. It's sharp enough to cut through metal. I hope you accept this token to commemorate our first meeting. Ronald pulled out the knife he carried and handed it to Dustin with a smile. But Dustin was taken aback. Ronald likes talented individuals very much. Since he wants to offer you a gift, you might as well accept it. Paul smiled. All right, thank you, Sir Reeds. Dustin accepted the knife humbly. I hope you do your best to make the Balerno Martial Arts Alliance proud. Ronald encouraged. I will, Dustin promised. It's almost time, Ronald. Why don't you tell the other participants to come in so we can discuss strategies? Paul said to Ronald. Sure, I'll go get them. Just as Ronald was about to stand up, one of the Alliance workers walked in nervously. I have bad news, sir. We received a report that 3 participants, Jace Newman, Andy Cannon, and Sean McGee, have been poisoned. They are currently all unconscious. What? Poisoned? Everyone paled. It was no coincidence that 3 participants were poisoned on the day of the tournament. How could this happen? Who did it? Ronald growled. We don't know yet. We're still investigating. The worker shook his head. Bring me to them. Ronald headed out hurriedly. Workers had closed all the exits at the temporary training grounds to stop everyone from leaving. When Ronald and the others arrived, they saw 3 strong men lying unconscious in the center. Their breathing was faint, and their faces were ashen, but their lips had turned black. It's an extremely potent venom. Ronald was displeased. The 3 men were martial artists on the Heavenly Immortals and were crucial to their tournament. What was he supposed to do now that they were poisoned? Hurry, get someone from Stoneray Order, Ronald ordered. No need for such hassle. Dustin can take care of this, Paul said. Even Nicholas hadn't been able to treat him back when he had been injured, yet Dustin had managed to save him. Do you practice medicine, Dustin? Ronald was surprised. A little. Dustin didn't bother denying it. Then, please take a look at them. Ronald stepped aside. Nodding, Dustin walked over and crouched down to study the 3 men's conditions. Soon, his expression turned grave. They were poisoned with a slow-acting poison. It's tough to get rid of it. Symptoms don't appear until they do any vigorous exercise. But the moment they do, the infected will fall unconscious and might even die, Dustin explained. Can you cure them? Ronald asked worriedly. These 3 men were important for the tournament. He couldn't afford to lose them. I can save their lives, but they'll be weak for the next week. I doubt they'll be able to take part in today's tournament. Dustin shook his head. Ronald and Paul both frowned when they heard this. Clearly, the person who poisoned these men was trying to make them lose this year's tournament.